All right, folks, welcome back to the show. I'm Craig Shelton. This is The Cut. This is the final episode, final segment of this week's episode of The Cut. Big Richard Walker joining me right here. We've been doing it all long. Tonight, just us two guys hanging out over at Nick's place off of West Tom and Rocky Ridge, having a great time talking Texans. We're going to finish the show with a little Texans. We're going to go through the Texans draft and just kind of give our grade on it to what these guys have done to this point in the season. And we're going to finish off touching up on a little bit of the Rockets. Rockets getting ready to get that regular season started out, finish the preseason 6-1. And so let's get to it. So let's we talked about the fact that Sam Montgomery is not on the roster. What the philosophy, something they're probably going to see us do moving forward on this show is try to look further and try to find things that we can pick out of the season, things that happen that we can equate to some type of antidote to figure out what do the Texans think. We're not trying to be critical of it.
Right. Just trying to
understand the philosophy.
Right.
And only then can we grade the philosophy, really.
Right.
You know, because if your philosophy and your all along what you were trying to do was draft a guy that wasn't going to be on the team midway through the season because you cut him.
Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished. Nuke Hopkins, DeAndre Hopkins. Surprised you today when I told you he had 28 catches.
Right.
Has shown that he can catch the ball underneath traffic. He's shown he can get the ball over the top. He's shown that he has on-ball skills. He can fight, take the ball out of the air from defenders. The one area I want to see improvement from Nuke is yards after the catch when he does catch those balls underneath.
Right.
He looks to me to be a little bit stiff. The agility on the run, not his strength.
Right.
You see that?
Yep. But I think that's gonna improve in time, and I think as he's getting more comfortable, and I think his route run is gonna improve. I think he's gonna find new ways to create separation, and that's just a skill that he'll just develop over time. For him, I give him an A- so far. I think I'm really impressed with what he's brought so far.
Yeah, I think the only reason why Nuke doesn't get an A from me is because I haven't paid enough attention to how he's blocking, and we know how important blocking
in
is
this scheme
from the receiver position,
especially in this scheme. Absolutely.
And maybe if he's not blocking up to par, we want to do as Houstonians and HMW members everything we can to support him and make it possible for him to get some tutoring from Kevin Walter. Also, my other reason that I can't grade, no, I'm just kidding. But be honest with you, that part of his game, and I know how important it is in this scheme with these guys, I haven't zeroed in on that, and I don't know why.
I think that it's sort of incomplete too.
And the other thing is that I want to learn a little bit more about the route running. I want some information, folks, we just can't get during the season.
Right.
People are a little bit looser with things after the season.
Yep.
I really want to know how he's grading route running.
Right.
Like I said, I did talk about the yards after the catch. And then the other thing, the reason why I can't give him an A is not his fault.
He hasn't had the opportunities.
It's quarterback play.
Oh my goodness.
Now that may change.
Yeah. Now
moving forward, if the right guy's in there. I give Nuke a B+, no doubt about it, and by no fault of his own.
Oh, yeah.
I just think.
I kind of graded on the curve also because of the Shabiakian.
Well, I didn't vote on the curve, so if I did it on the curve, maybe I'm an A. But I'm blaming myself for not looking and scouting close enough,
or playing the quarterback position yourself.
Or playing the quarterback position.
Yeah.
Damn self.
Yeah.
How about that? All right. DJ Swearinger. I'll let you start.
Came into the season with high hopes, high expectations for this kid. And, I don't think he's done bad, per se.
I don't think he's done bad at all.
I don't think he's done bad at all. I think there's been some times where we've seen him out of position because he's been so aggressive.
Not since Ed Reed's been starting.
Oh, no. But I think that's helped a lot.
But did you hear what I just said?
I know. I know.
Let's hurry up and do this so we can go there.
Okay.
Because we need to talk and explain some things to people.
Okay, go ahead.
Ed Reed.
Go ahead and explain to me, Ed Reed.
No, let's get this done.
Okay.
Let's get this done.
Okay.
But he hasn't.
He hasn't.
And neither has many other folks in that secondary been out of position. When was the last time the Texans been beat over the top since Ed Reed started?
Good point.
Anyway, okay. I agree with you on DJ Swearinger. I think DJ Swearinger is going to be just fine.
Yeah, I think he is.
I haven't seen anything out of DJ that I didn't expect a rookie to have some ups and downs.
Right.
With. And I've seen a lot of good things. He missed one tackle in preseason that was easy one to see.
Yep.
And people jumped all over that. He got beat on a couple of routes that, by the way, he didn't get Kareem Jackson beat. The guys made catches with him on. I mean, rookie year Kareem beat.
He's the man's
DJ Swearinger is playing. He's competing, and there's a reason why when Danielle Manning went out, Gary Kubiak
went straight to him.
And Wade Phillips made the decision to start DJ Swearinger. I give DJ Swearinger a B-.
I give him B+.
Okay. Brandon Williams incomplete.
Yes.
I mean,
unfortunately,
out for the season.
Yeah.
That's the Texans offensive tackle they drafted out of North Carolina. We already talked about Sam Montgomery.
Is there a grade lower than F? Is there like a G or something?
Sam Montgomery?
Yeah.
R.
Oh, it's a G because he's gone.
A-R, you figured out.
Yeah.
Trevardo Williams, the defensive end, moved outside linebacker out of Connecticut. We just have to say it to this point, that's incomplete.
Yep.
Nothing's happening with Trevardo Williams with Texans at this point. David Quisenberry, a guy that you know I'm like a lot.
I like
tough,
Quiz. Yep.
Gritty, smart enough to have been learning the game on a level to where he wasn't viewed as a guy that's just gonna have to be on the practice squad. He's not ready. And folks, when rookies play the first year and make the active roster the first year,
that's a big deal.
It's not all physical. That means there's something working up here, but we lost him for the season. Alan Bonner, wide receiver. Incomplete.
Nothing. Yeah,
incomplete. We haven't had Kane grading.
Nope. Gotta show it to class first.
This one bothers me. Chris Jones. I don't like the fact that you drafted this guy, defensive tackle, in the 6th round. You need a defensive tackle. And I know McClain played well in preseason, and I wanted him on this team. But you don't want to see you give up on a guy who ends up starting and playing significant time for the New England Patriots.
Right.
That means your evaluation process
was off.
And the Patriots can't be the be-all, end-all for everything. But damn it, they're the be-all, end-all for everything. And if he's good enough to play for Bill Belichick, I find it hard to believe he's not good enough to contribute on a team where your best defensive tackle is Earl Mitchell.
Right.
And I like Earl.
Right.
But in ideal circumstances, Earl is a rotation guy.
Right.
Not your rock.
Right.
And Griffin, the tight end out of Connecticut, starting to get some playing time with Owen Daniel.
Unfortunately, yes, because of Owen. But
but I think Griffin is a guy.
He's still incomplete for me.
He's incomplete. All right, we got time to do it, so let's do it. The criticisms around Ed Reed, folks, I'm gonna take long with this. Let me say something to you. If you are one of these people that are whining and complaining about Ed Reed missing a few tackles for the Texans, if your defense you feel is broken because of Ed Reed missed tackles, then your defense is already broken.
Yeah.
If your defense is broken because of any safety missing tackles, your defense is broken because if it's coming down, if your season is coming down to how good of a tackler your damn safety is, you have problems on the defensive line.
Yes.
If you're in a 4-3,
you definitely got linebacker problems.
You have problems at linebacker if you're in a 3-4.
Right.
And you got problems in both of those position groups on some level, regardless of what defense you play in. You have to ask yourself, why was he's not Glover Quinn. He wasn't about here to play in the box. The fact that he's coming up trying to make those tackles, hey, you make out of that what you want to make of it. My point with Ed Reed is ask yourself simple questions. Since he started, when was the last time the Texas secondary looked out of place, getting beat over the top? Missed assignments deep, the deep ball, the deep threat. When was the last time you saw Ed Reed targeted on a pass?
Good point.
How often does it happen, folks? Don't get caught up in the emotions of uneducated fans and emotional fans. Don't get caught up in the emotions of knowledgeable fans that get emotional and just don't want to tell the truth and just want to be right and have a reason to act a fool full of that crown.
Well, I think a lot of it is they're so used to seeing Ed Reed make these huge momentum-changing plays. While he hasn't done that part yet, and that part of what you spoke about is just that leadership. you know, him getting everyone in the right place at the right time. You guys went after a coach on the field. Let's not kid
And that's
ourselves.
what you got, a coach.
You got a coach on the field.
And who's going to pace himself.
Yes.
And is going to play his best football for you late.
Right.
When it really matters. If it matters, folks, we'll have to close it out on that because we got to get up out of here. Make sure you keep your eyes tuned in on those Rockets. We're really looking forward to seeing how that big lineup is going to work with Amir Isaac and Dwight Howard playing together. Howard playing at the 4, Isaac playing at the 5, vice versa. However Kevin McHale decides to do it.
Interested to see how it works out.
A big key for the Rockets this season for me early on is to watch the play of Chandler Parsons. If Chandler continues to improve and make himself a viable threat, that when the Rockets have proper spacing, where he's a threat to not only take a 3, but to use that spacing to take players one-on-one to the basket. In that regard, and with his size and ability to go to the basket, but I've seen more of it in the full court than I see in the half court. If Chandler's progression is now into the half court, to where he becomes a guy that the Rockets can count on to isolate and draw fouls by taking the ball to the basket. He's got enough athleticism to be a great finisher at the basket. I just think the sky's the limit for this team defensively. This team is going to be much improved. Patrick Beverly is an awesome defender. People are going to love what they see from Patrick Beverly this year. Jeremy Lin defends better than people ever gave him credit for. Folks, your first year with Jeremy Lin, he was an injured guy coming into a new system. We've talked about that. We're going to talk much more about the Rockets next week and throughout the rest of the basketball season. We appreciate you folks watching. Craig Shelton, Richard Walker, we are HMW The Creeps. Check out the blog. We'll see you next week.